Hi, and welcome to Ammosmith.com. And today I want to go over the Reading competition seating die. So let's get started. Now let's tear this thing apart. You gotta be careful, there's a spring inside of here, and if you not controlling it, it could jump out, fly across your workspace. Okay, and there it is. It breaks down into 6 pieces. You have the die body, and you have the index and collar, which I already have set. I don't want to take this off because you already know what those look like. You have the compression spring that gives a constant pressure on this guy. You have the retaining part here that's graduated, and you have the actual adjustment knob here that determines how far the actual seating stem will go. Now the seating stem is very interesting because what Reading does is they took a Sierra Match King bullet, the 168 grain, and they ground this to match the ogive of that bullet. And so when the bullet goes in here, it matches up perfectly, which is really nice. And this part here supports the case. If you look inside of it, it looks just like a 308 chamber, and basically that's what it is. So the whole case is supported, unlike the RCBS die. So what happens here is when the bullet goes in, it's completely supported by the this false chamber. This whole thing goes up until it hits this, whatever preset you set on here. It seats the bullet to the depth you want, and it stops and goes no further. And you don't need any lubricant on this at all. It's a very nice little setup. The only time I take this apart really is to clean it, and I just use a clean cotton cloth. So we just go like this, drop the spring back in it, throw the body on there. Now everything's all back together. And the nice thing is, unlike the RCBS, you can easily see the graduated numbers on here because they've filled them in. And there's very little play in this whatsoever. This knob may have a little left or right on there, just a tiniest bit, but the actual seating stem in here has absolutely no play whatsoever. It's hollow ground for a precision fit. This is a very nice die setup. And if you notice, if you push down on it, you can see how that spring works. And it supports, like I said, it supports the entire case. It guides the projectile in exactly right each and every time. So let's get it set up. And the first thing you want to do is go ahead, take a show holder, lock it into place. Now this die sets up just like any other die would. Go ahead and get it started. I've already got this thing indexed where I wanted it. And the only thing I do with this die is right here where the numbers are on this part right here. I have it facing me, so when I look down at it, I can see my adjustments very exactly. And what I do, since I already have some ammunition already loaded,